to Bisbee right now. Little Friday the 13th weekend adventure.
Yeah, it was my anniversary present from Jameson, a little weekend getaway. We're going to stay at a haunted hotel and go on a ghost tour tomorrow night.
We've both never been to Bisbee, so this is going to be fun to see what it's like. Hope you enjoy it.
We're Kristen, Jameson, and Maddie. We live in our motorhome full-time, and we vacation in our camper van. We're excited to take you with us. En route to Bisbee, we made a pit stop in Tombstone. We were passing right by and just had to stop. Tombstone was one of the last Wild West boom towns of the American frontier, booming in the 1880s. Walking along historic Allen Street, you pass the famous OK Corral gunfight site, and today, the outdoor theater hosts daily reenactments. The historic district feels like a perfectly preserved movie set, and it has appeared in many Western films, most famously in Tombstone and Wyatt Earp. We were there in the early morning before it really got hopping, but it was cool to see, and we'll definitely be back to visit at another time. Yeah. Morning.
How you guys doing?
Daily historical gun footage. 11. We continued our drive on to Bisbee, which was only about 30 minutes past Tombstone. In the early 1900s, Bisbee was the largest town between St. Louis and San Francisco. Bisbee is home to one of the richest mineral sites in the world. It produced nearly 3 million ounces of gold and more than 8 billion pounds of copper. And it boomed to a population of about 20,000 at its peak. In 1974, the ore had been depleted and the mining operations were closed. Mining employees and their families had to leave to pursue work elsewhere. And with a mild climate, a beautiful landscape, and cheap housing, the area soon became a destination for artists and hippies of the 1970s, many of whom still live in Bisbee today. We stayed at the Copper Queen Hotel, which is the oldest continuously operating hotel in Arizona. After the mine was closed, the mining company tried to sell the hotel to any local resident for $1, and there were no takers. But the hotel has never been closed since it opened in 1902. Bisbee is a funky town that was built and boomed before the mass production of cars, so many houses were packed into the hillside without consideration for roads and cars. Today, many homes are still not accessible by car. The artist's imprint on the community is seen everywhere, in brightly colored houses and downtown street art everywhere. Going to Lowell, which is only 5 minutes from Bisbee, you pass the mine on the right, which is called the Lavender Pit. Lowell was the smaller sister city to Bisbee, located on the other side of the mine. Until the mining company decided to widen the mine in the 1950s, demolishing the residential area of town, leaving only the commercial street behind. With all of the residents displaced, the businesses quickly shuttered. So Lowell effectively became a ghost town and is preserved as it once thrived, basically a living museum. Today there's a passionate group of local volunteers who help to preserve the town, and the only operational business in Lowell is the Bisbee Breakfast Club. We did go there for brunch, and combined with touring the preserved and aptly named Erie Street, it was a lovely morning. We're in Bisbee, Arizona, on our way to the Old Bisbee Ghost Tours, and we're going to take you with us.
Yep, we're about ready to see some ghosts, hopefully.
Hopefully. Downtown Bisbee, all lit up at night.
It's the oldest library in the state of Arizona, built in 1882. Just last year, the Journal of Library Science voted it the best small town library in America, so we're pretty proud about that. Below it's the post office. The reason I mention that is because Bisbee is unlike a lot of communities. If you want mail in Old Bisbee, you have to come to the post office to get it because there's no home mail delivery in town. The story goes that he was downtown on a date, having dinner, and they finished their meal. He walked her home to the YWCA at the end of the street and carried on home and went up the stairs in the Oliver house. And witnesses said when he got to the top of the stairs, people heard somebody shout, "You son of a bitch," and there was a gunshot, and of course people rushed out and they found Mr. Anderson in a pool of blood at the top of the stairs. Of course the police were called, there was an investigation done. It's the 8 o'clock howl, so people start to howl sometimes at 8.
Can you howl back?
So yeah, it started during COVID and they just kept doing it. So
where did he get shot? We're trying to see. Is
right in the forehead.
Really?
Yeah, and I actually have Mr. Anderson's death certificate, and under the cause of death.
People died?
Yeah, you might want to howl. Yeah. In the hotel. In 1976, there were two boys that were at the movie theater down the street. You might have seen it. It's the Lyric Theater. It's now a realty office, so it's kind of a waste. But anyway, it was a great place to see a movie back in the day. And so they got done with their movie and they came out to the lobby and looked out and it was pouring rain. So they decided that they were just going to run as fast as they could to get home. And so they took off running. They came up the gulch and they got up these stairs here and they hooked the corner, and when they got right about where you are, ma'am, they said a woman in white came through the solid door that was closed and put out her hand just like this. Of course, at that moment, the boys were pretty freaked out, so they started to run backwards down the hill, and just as they turned around, they said this entire retaining wall behind you guys collapsed, which filled the whole back alleyway with debris and rubble. And so one of those gentlemen still lives in Bisbee, and he says hands down that ghost that night, or that day, saved their lives. So we don't know too much about her identity other than her nickname, which is the Lavender Lady, and that's because she's often accompanied by a really strong smell of lavender. Some people just smell the lavender, others see an apparition of a woman, Victorian dress, long hair, long dress. You'll see an image of her in the front. But yeah, she generally hangs out on the second floor, in and around the rooms, but doesn't do anything other than just kind of exist in the hotel and apparently save boys in the alley from impending doom. So it's a pretty good deal in my book. I hope she's looking out for me someday if I'm going to take a spill.
Monsoon season.
Yeah.
The next day, we explored Bisbee by foot. It was a beautiful day, and it was fun to wander through the narrow streets packed with shops. There were lots of curiosities and colorful artistry everywhere. So we learned on our ghost tour last night that the Army Corps of Engineers built these steps all over the town of Bisbee because it's very hilly and it's hard to get around.
There's, I think, 3 or 4 main tiers is what we learned last night for the different housing sections.
Yes, ABC. And this is a flight of 1,000 steps. The Bisbee 1000. Flip it around. We did it.
Made it to the top.
51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. We had heard about Bisbee's 1,000 steps and thought that's what we were climbing. Once we got to the top, we knew it couldn't have been 1,000 steps. So we counted on the way back down, and it was about 200 steps for that one flight. We later learned that there are 9 similar flights all around town, totaling 1,000 steps.